Hey y'all, I'm Brer Sam, and this is one of my movie reviews. This time I watched It's a Wonderful Life for the first time, and let me tell you, it is a classic. A great classic at that. It is so good. It is such a good holiday movie, and at first maybe you wouldn't guess that it was on the holidays. I mean, for me, I thought that it was always taking place on the holidays, but apparently it wasn't. Alright, so what's the story? It opens in heaven, actually. It's slightly religious, this film. But it's a good religious. I actually love this idea. It opens with these angels, and there's an immature angel called Clarence, who has no wings yet. He hasn't gotten his wings yet. And he can't get them unless he helps this guy, George Bailey, through this trouble that he's in. And you don't know what trouble he is in until halfway through the movie. The first half is just Clarence getting to know George Bailey and the life that he has led. And it's a good life. It's a very good life. You see him go through his childhood. He saves lives. He has big dreams. His big dreams is that he wants to go to college and make something of himself, build some buildings maybe. But then his father suddenly dies and he has to take over his business. Or, because it's either that or this tyrant, Mr. Potter, takes over, and that would not be good at all. So George takes the business and he gets married to his childhood sweetheart, Mary. And they have 4 children together. And then after he has the kids and World War II goes on and his brother gets the Congressional Medal of Honor, George's business loses all its money and he has to find some way to get it back. And that's where he needs Clarence's help. He's just about ready to give up. He tries to commit suicide, but Clarence ends up saving him. And at first George says he wishes that he'd never been born, but this, I believe, is the best part of the film. Clarence takes him back in time, but changes it so that he doesn't exist, never was born, just to show him how much he mattered. Because if it weren't for him, his old boss would be in jail, Mr. Potter would have taken over, and that would be terrible. His brother would be dead. And his wife wouldn't be married. She'd be an old maid. So what he learns is that he has made so many other people's lives better. He just forgot how much better it made his life. So while his dreams didn't technically come true the way he wanted, they kind of did come true in the best way possible. He just didn't know. And that is a great lesson. He had a wonderful life. He just forgot to acknowledge it. And that's a lesson we should all know. We should all learn lessons like that. See the beauty in what we have, because there is beauty in pretty much everything. So the lesson is great, and I feel like George Bailey's character is very realistic, because he loses his father and eventually his business, and he wants to give up. I feel like there are lots of people out there who probably feel like that now. Yeah. So George is a realistic character, and it's good. And his actor's performance, James Stewart does a really good job playing this character. He was very good. Very good. And his brother Harry, I noticed, had the actual dream come true that George basically wanted, because he becomes an All-American football star, he goes to college, he goes to war, he wins the Congressional Medal of Honor. Like, who wouldn't want to be him? That's what my father said when we watched this. But yeah, George is the main character, and given the lesson that he learns, you can see why. And in the end, Clarence does get his wings. And the people that George helped out through his life start to help him out. And that's what should come of being such a great person. So all's well that ends well, and this movie led up to it almost pitch perfect. Almost because I thought George had a little bit of a temper on him. He could have done a little less yelling. But still, It's a Wonderful Life is a holiday classic. I absolutely adore it. I just love the story. And I just love what a loyal little kid George Bailey was in his entire childhood. Like, he actually sacrifices the hearing in his left ear to save his brother's life. And he's surprisingly tolerant of it. If I was half deaf, I don't know. So yeah, It's a Wonderful Life is a delight. It's a wonderful movie with wonderful characters and a wonderful story. So I'm giving it top marks. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all later. Bye!